Hey guys, it's me, Delta One, here with AirSofttalk. Sorry about the pause at the beginning of the video. It was doing something weird when I tried recording earlier. Like it just all of a sudden was like stop recording and then started recording again and started the timer over. And sorry if there's voice lag, but I'm back and I'm going to be posting videos this time, and I mean it. Um, I just wanted to explain where I've been, what's been going on. Um, Airsoft is a very important part of my life. It has been, and with some recent things that have been going on, I've just been very displeased with the way that uh, things have happened where I go and play and with some of the people, and I just decided I needed a break. And I should have said something, and it's just the way life is sometimes. We all just need a break, and I apologize to my subscribers for not saying so, and I understand if I've lost some, and that's fine. But this past year has been one of the most difficult years of my life, and I've lost loved ones. I've had to end friendships that I've been friends with people for a long time. And I've had to cut ties with people that I love and care about, and it's just been one of those years where I need to just take a step back and evaluate my life. And it's tough. It really is, and I'm probably gonna start going to school again, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life. I want to have a better education than I have now. Um, and bottom line is, I want to have enough money to support a family one day. God knows we need another Delta running around this planet with all the insanity that I already bring to it. Um, and it's just been tough. I mean, there's been days where I've just broke down, and I mean, I'll be honest, I've broken down and cried. I've been under so much pressure and stress from people, and money has been a very big issue this year for me, and normally it's not. And you know, God puts us through trials in our life, and God doesn't give you anything you can't handle, but apparently He must think I'm a badass. But there's people that are far off worse than I am, so trying not to complain too much. I've been trying to help out a lot of other people, and I've been putting a lot of my time and effort towards helping others this past year, and that's really where I've been, and I've just been trying to, calmly, you know, just kind of gather myself and figure out, who I am as a person as well. And I'm pretty sure, most of the subscribers I have, you know, aren't really interested in hearing about this, but this is where I am, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm going through. Um, and I'm not putting it on y'all, and I'm not trying to do anything like that, but um, one of the things that I've been doing a lot is real steel. As you could probably tell, there's more. You see some real steel items behind me. You can't really tell, but my real RPK is back there. These are two Mosins, both of which are not normal Mosins. This is an X Sniper I picked up for like $140, which was a steal. And it's got basically it's got a little niche in the trigger where you'll pull and then you'll feel a little like click, and then anything past that and it fires, which is, if you're a Mosin enthusiast, you know that that's freaking awesome, because most Mosin triggers can be quite unreliable when you pull them, as in like you're kind of left guessing when it's going to go. Then the Mosin below that is a 1936 Tula, and what was bizarre about it is Tula's been kind of known to pump out ridiculous amounts of Mosins, and they were given less ammo to sight them in, and they weren't really taken care of as much as opposed to the Ishmash Mosins, to my understanding. And it's a 1936 round receiver, which is quite rare, because if you don't know this, they quit making hex receivers in 1939. They really mainly started doing the transition, from my understanding and what I've seen, in 1938. and the machining is unbelievable. Like, I would put it on par with today's Remingtons. Like, it's unbelievable. And on top of that, the little sling mount right there, it's screwed in with, and it's brass, which most Mosins were just pressed in because, for one, brass costs too much, so it was cheaper to produce them without, the fake looking brass. Two, it took longer to screw them in, so they weren't just pressed in, which is what they eventually wore down to. And basically, it's a first year, I did some research, it's a first year ever production of a round receiver ever produced out of a Tula factory. And then further, I went down into it and found out there's a maker's mark on it, which is even more bizarre and peculiar because I've held hundreds of Mosins and have never seen that. And in cursive writing, it says GD on the under part of the top wood cover right here. And it's pretty cool. I picked it up for about $145. Um, so it's just cool. Haven't fired it. Don't know if I ever will. It's mainly an investment for my kids later on down the road because Mosins are pretty much gone and whatnot. But anyways, I've picked up a few firearms. One is this is a Judge. I've always wanted one of these, and they're really fun to shoot. They're really cool. Now, before you even freak out, yes, this is loaded. This is my home defense weapon. I keep it within arm's reach at all times. Notice how I didn't have my hand on the trigger. These are the PDX rounds, the Razor discs. And you've seen me shoot high caliber weapons before. I would put the polymer frame Judge. I would put this right below a 500 Magnum. This thing hurts when I shoot it. Like, I mean, it's almost unbearable. That may have been because it was cold, and you know me, I'm 300 pounds, and I'll put my weight into it when I lean forward, and holy crap, does this thing kick back. But I've been getting into firearms. It doesn't mean I'm leaving airsoft. It just means more of my money goes towards firearms, because the way politics are and whatnot. So I'm debating on making a Real Steel channel, so and whatnot. But one of the things I do plan to do is I'm not really teching anymore, or planning to this year, because for one, I just don't have the time. And when I make videos on it for sponsors, the amount of time I have to put into it, I'm not trying to be mean or lazy, but it's just not worth it. I mean, if I'm making videos for a $10 part, and it takes me 2 or 3, 4 or 5 hours to get it in and seated right to show the proper performance, it's really just not worth my time. And the last time I tacked on a gun, I had it sent off, and so I just have my stuff sent off now. It's not the fact that I'm lazy, it's just there's so much time, and I just don't have it anymore like I used to. Now, you have seen, if you watched God's Airsofters, I did do an unboxing of a Springer Barrett. Now, my fondest memories that I have of Airsoft are my Springer Wars. I had so much fun. I would say they were funner than all the times I've played except for CQB, but we don't have any CQB fields where I'm at, and if we do, they're semi-auto only because they're a bunch of wusses, because full auto hurts too much. I'm not afraid to say that, because I've done CQB at like 650 before, and that was so much fun. So, anyways, it's just been a really rough year. I mean, a lot of people I know have been going through hard times, and I can't just keep all my life devoted to y'all. I mean, if someone could pay me, a good wages salary to do this for the rest of my life, I'd probably do it. But I just don't have as much time as I used to anymore. It's just been a rough year. But there are some people that I've found out some things from YouTubers that I've never found out before that I've done for people, that have really kind of set me aside, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know that I made that difference. So I mean, and one of the things I've heard of is this speech that Arnold Schwarzenegger did, and I will link this in the description. That's motivated me to try and keep going. and not get down. And I'll link it in the description. I would play it in the background, but knowing YouTube, there'll be some copyright infringement, and they'll probably take all my money away, which is also another reason YouTube is just, before I quit making videos, YouTube all of a sudden just cut my payments by like 80% for no freaking reason. And I contacted them and they just told me to go away. So I hate YouTube and I hate their payment systems. So that's another big reason. And it's not the fact that I was just doing it for money, it was the fact that it was like, okay, this is kind of not good. I'm not making any money anymore. Um, which is also played into the fact that I didn't make videos because I just simply was like, I have to go get a job on top of the job I already have. So, and then I broke my arm pretty bad, and I'm probably gonna have to go get surgery for it. I still haven't done that yet. I've had some other medical issues that have come up that have been pretty severe, and I'd rather keep that to myself. Nothing personal. It's just something I'd rather keep to myself. And it's just been a hell of a year, and it's just been rough. So, and I apologize again, and I'm one to apologize, but you know, it's just been bad, and I apologize. There's people I know that are probably like, why aren't you making videos on stuff I sent you? It's just the fact that I've been busy with other things, and I'm sorry. And I will make the videos. I still have them. I just haven't had time to physically sit down and edit and do certain things. And there's been more things that have come up to my attention that are a little bit more of a pressing matter, and I apologize. Um, there aren't any excuses I can give. I'm sorry. So, uh, I feel bad that I've kind of almost abandoned the channel. I'm not leaving. I'm going to be making videos again, and I hope that y'all can understand that. And it's just kind of hard to stay true to the nature of what my YouTube channel is that I say what I want, and it's hard to continue to do that and make friends with people, but you can't be afraid of failure. You have to not be afraid of failure, and that's hard. That's hard. And be who you are. And you just gotta ignore the naysayers, which is again part of Arnold Schwarzenegger's speech, which was really awesome. Um, and it's hard to do that. It really is, because I like to think of myself as the Jeremy Clarkson of Airsoft, which would be awesome. And I love Jeremy Clarkson. He's the guy I look up to and the guy I want to be for a reviewer. And a lot of people hate him with a passion because he really offends a lot of people. But sometimes you just got to keep going on, and that's just a hard thing to do. But I will be posting a video probably shortly after this. I have to go and edit it. It's for a buddy of mine that it's another unboxing, so I know how much y'all like unboxings. Um, and that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's just been a rough year. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all understanding. And guys, life is good, and I'll see you in the next video.